Charlie Morton last year wrapping up the 2017 World Championship, getting the final out at Dodger Stadium, and the celebration would be on for the first time in Astros history. They would celebrate a World Series title. It all comes full circle as Charlie Morton is on the mound to wrap up the final game of the 2018 regular season. The Astros going for a sweep of the Baltimore Orioles and looking for win number 104. Hi, everybody, and welcome. Todd Callis alongside Jeff Blum for the final time in 2018. And Blummer, as the Astros wrap up this season, it'd be nice to go out with a clean sweep and another win.
Why not? It's been going their way the entire season. They got that 103 last night, finish it off, get one more. That'd be the cherry on top.
While last year's team the first to win it all, this year's team, the best in the regular season in franchise history. We are truly in a golden era of Astros baseball.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible. They had a great run through the 80s with Nolan Ryan, Mike Scott, and some of those guys, and then the killer bees through the 90s and then the early 2000s. But it has turned into A.J. Hinch and the Houston Astros. 204 wins combined in the last two seasons, most in team history. They've earned it the entire way. They built this team through the draft. They did it through free agency, and they got a couple guys off waivers, and they've been playing great baseball. The analytics say this team's great, but also these guys are great inside the clubhouse, and they're getting paid off by racking up a ton of wins.
While last year's team was led by an offense that led the majors in runs, this year's team has been led by their pitching.
Yeah, it was going to be tough to match up what the Houston Astros did offensively last year. They've gotten spurts of great offense, but the one mainstay throughout the entire course of the season has been the starting rotation. We talked about how these guys are all out there healthy, making their starts, missing a couple down the stretch, but they're trying to make sure these guys are good for the postseason. On the season as a whole, we saw absolutely incredible things from this rotation for the Astros.
On the other side, the bullpen has been one of the best in baseball, and they have an ERA right at an even 3. And they've really been closing out games.
And again, when you have that starting rotation putting up numbers like they are, you want to be able to close out those games and give these guys W's. And that's what they've done throughout the course of the season. We saw Hector Rondon, Joe Smith added in the offseason, and then in the middle of the season, Osuna and Presley really stepping up, doing incredible things with spin rates, swing and miss. These guys have got it dialed in.
So we're getting ready for our final telecast of the year. The Astros and the Orioles, A.J. Hinch and company looking for win number 104. Houston Astros baseball on AT&T Sportsnet is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency. And by Nissan, innovation that excites.
Honor everybody, the fans, they big part of this, and it's crazy to believe that we did back-to-back 100 wins when a couple years ago we did back-to-back 100 lose. Actually back-to-back. I think it was 3 times, yeah.
Jose Altuve and the Astros get ready for 162. That's going to take place here in Baltimore as they hope to extend this already historic season, adding one more win to their total, making it 104, grabbing that 103rd win last night. As you heard Jose Altuve talk about it last night, just how much it meant for him. He made his debut with the Houston Astros in 2011. He's seen the best of times and seen the worst of times, but that's what makes him so appreciative of the group around him and the Houston Astros organization as they have turned the corner. We heard Dallas Keuchel as well, who started the game last night that ended up being number 103 for the Houston Astros, saying that means a lot to be a part of something so special and to be able to turn things around for this franchise and for its fans. That's what we wanted to do as soon as we won that division. They had that challenge in front of them, and they went out and got it, TK. But they're hoping for one more, making it that much harder for them next year to break the franchise record for wins.
You're right about that, and all future Astros teams down the road, as the Astros will look to win number 104. If they do get to 104, it'll also be the first time a team has finished off a season with that many wins after a World Series title in 55 years. So that will be something to accomplish if A.J. Hinch's crew can complete the sweep. Also going for a season sweep against the Baltimore Orioles with this starting lineup presented by Southwest Airlines. George Springer at the top in center field, followed by Jose Altuve. Some of these guys will only get a couple of at-bats. Alex Bregman will hit third and play third. Marwin Gonzalez at shortstop batting in the cleanup spot. Yuli Gurriel on a 13-game hitting streak bats fifth. Evan Gaddis is the DH hitting sixth. Josh Reddick in right field bats seventh. Max Stassi catches, and Tony Kemp bats ninth in left field.
Jimmy Yacobonis going for the Baltimore Orioles. This will be his 7th major league start. 12th game on the season. 0-2, 36 innings and a 6 ERA. Fastball, slider, and a changeup, averaging 93.5 miles an hour on that fastball. Last time out, he pitched 5 innings, but he also walked 4 hitters.
Another beautiful day here after a rain out on Thursday. We have had gorgeous weather for the weekend in Baltimore. George Springer having a good final month, hitting .337 in September. Starts off the game with a ground ball to the right side. Trey Mancini handles it, and that's how we start. 1 pitch, 1 out, as Springer bounces out to first. Blue skies surrounding Oriole Park at Camden Yards. Final game of the season for both teams. For the Orioles, they've been waiting for this season to come to a conclusion for a while, as they have already set their franchise record with 115 losses. The Astros getting ready for the postseason and trying to head out with a bang with a 4-game sweep and a 6-1 road trip. Here's Jose Altuve. Altuve swings the first pitch, and 2-hopper to short. Jonathan BR makes the play, and there's 2 away.
As you enjoy a cold one, look forward to the Miller Lite Hold True moment later in the game.
Springer and Altuve setting the tone early.
Sensing a trend, TK.
Aggressive early in the count.
Yes.
Here's Alex Bregman. Bregman starting with 170 hits. That is the best on the team and tied for 8th. He's also in the top 5 in the major leagues in a number of categories. Top 5 in RBIs, top 5 in runs scored, top 5 in OPS, 3rd in walks, and he leads all of baseball in doubles, barring Eduardo Escobar getting 4 doubles today. He's going to lead the major leagues in doubles in 2018. As he takes a called strike here, it's 1-1. And he also has a streak going. Alex may be one of those guys that stays in there more than 1 or 2 at bats. He needs to get on base. If he does today, it'll be 56 consecutive games on the road where he's reached base.
Keep it going.
56, kind of an iconic number when it comes to streaks in baseball. Alex already owns the Astros record, trying to head into the offseason with that number at 56. Been an incredible year for the Astros third baseman. Has a 2-1 count here.
StatCast AI, powered by AWS, shows the spray chart on Alex Bregman. What's interesting to me is, yes, he is very heavy on the pull side, but at the same time, that's what's made him so successful. A lot of his power is to that pull side.
See Wilkerson with 2 strikes, moving from the third base side to the first base side of the bag, and Bregman takes a called 3rd strike, and Yacobonis a strong start to this game with a 1-2-3 inning ending with a strikeout. And then Adam Jones will be potentially playing his final game as an Oriole. Trey Mancini at first base, Tim Beckham DHs, Renato Nunez at third base, DJ Stewart at right. Batting 8th is Steve Wilkerson, and Caleb Joseph behind the dish.
Last time I'll get to say it this year, but on the mound for your Houston Astros is CFM, making his 30th start. The record is very good at 15-3. 3 strikeouts away from putting himself at that 200 level for the strikeouts. Big thing for Charlie after that last start where we saw him come out after the first inning will be velocity and location.
First pitch swinging is Cedric Mullins, and he lines one to center field. Hit hard by Mullins, but he's retired as Springer makes the play for out number 1. Astros starting defense is presented by Xfinity. Tony Kemp will start the game in left field. Springer you saw in center. Josh Reddick is in right. The infield has Alex Bregman and Marwin Gonzalez on the left side. Jose Altuve and Yuli Gurriel on the right side. Max Stassi behind the plate. A day off for Carlos Correa today. A.J. Hinch saying simply that we just wanted to see Correa get a breather after 2 straight games. They don't play 3 in a row until they get potentially to the ALCS. Carlos is fine. Wanted him to go out feeling good about things. And the way he finished off yesterday with a double and a home run. He probably feels as good now as he has in a while.
No, and AJ's said as much in the past that when he gives guys days off or in certain situations, even in spring training, he wants to bring guys out of games when they're feeling good. So why risk having him go out there and have a couple of poor ABs or swing early because everybody else is? Let him sit on those last 2 ABs where he hit a couple of rockets going the other way.
Correa helped the Astros win game 1 of the doubleheader yesterday. Tie-breaking double with 2 outs in the 9th inning, giving the Astros a 4-3 lead, and that was their 102nd win. Then they would set the franchise record in the nightcap, winning 5-2 for win number 103. Now a chance to win their 104th game. And while our storylines on this trip were see how Carlos Correa bounces back, see how Lance McCullers does in his return, Charlie Morton's also become a storyline to see how he does here in his final start.
And again, he's throwing strikes, but the velocity of 93, 94. We're so used to seeing him in the mid to upper 90s.
Charlie expected to go 3 innings today. See the strikeouts per 9, a little less than 1 per inning post All-Star break for Charlie. Today's a new career mark for Morton as he makes his 30th start for the first time in his career. Made 29 starts for the Pirates in 2011. But today he'll make his 30th start with the Astros. He won't quite get to his innings pitched total, which is 171, the highest of his career, as he starts the day with 164, and he gets a swing and a miss. There's 96 with the fastballs. He gets BR for out number 2.
That is a good sign. Strikeout 198 on the season for Charlie.
Adam Jones headed out to the outfield first before the rest of his team got a standing O from his dugout, the Astros dugout, the umpiring crew, and now he gets a standing O from the crowd.
Well deserved.
1,613 games with the Baltimore Orioles. Many believe this is his final game as he takes a strike. Jones finishing off his Orioles career with a solid series against the Astros, a hit in every game. He reached 3 times yesterday with a couple of hits and a walk in the second game of that doubleheader. Down the line and left, but hooking foul. Adam Jones just missing hitting a home run in game 162. Took his position in center field. He was the only one out there before the rest of the team joined him. And Charlie Morton coming back to strike out Jones. Both strikeouts on 96-mile-an-hour fastballs. Good start to this game for Charlie Morton.
Some big moments this season for the Houston Astros. I believe that was August 6th for Marwin Gonzalez. A big home run late in that ball game, putting the Astros up 3-1 over the Giants. When you play a season of 103 wins, you got to have some big hits. Here's another one in the same series, very next day for the Shark. Cruising around the Bay with a big home run to put the Astros up. Eventually winning that ball game 2-1. On that 2-run home run in the 8th by Drake White.
Yeah, Marwin's came with 2 outs in the 9th, down 1-0. Literally turned a loss into a W with that home run. As he swings at the first pitch, sends it up the middle. Could be trouble, but a nice play by the second baseman, Steve Wilkerson. He ranged far to his right and made a nice off-balance throw on the money to retire Marwin.
Yeah, as good as that home run was, it really wasn't that big a deal considering what he did the previous year in the World Series. Just what he does is hit big home runs late in games.
Marwin making a bid for a hit to push his average up to 250, but robbed by Wilkerson. Here's Oriole. Yuli first pitch swinging, pops one up on the infield. Trey Mancini behind first, puts it away. And 2 quick outs here in the second.
I've had a lot of respect for this ball club over the last couple of years and when they go out there and play hard, but there might be a next level of respect in their approach today and sticking to it.
Just going out hacking.
I mean, I understand Alex Bregman trying to put together an AB to extend his streak like you were talking about to 56, but these other guys are like, hey, first pitch cookie, I'm going to swing.
Here's Evan Gaddis. Gaddis in there today is the DH instead of Tyler White, and that's a good sign that Evans, reading between the lines or reading the tea leaves, Evans probably going to be on that postseason roster, you would think. I think the final roster spot could come down to, in terms of the position players, Max Stassi is the third catcher. Or do you go with the speedster Miles Straw as a weapon off the bench as a pinch runner?
No, I completely agree.
So Evans should join Ryan McCann if he is in fact catcher number 2. Maldonado should get the start you would think in game 1.
Somebody's ready for the offseason down the right field line.
So your bench would be Kemp, Marisnick, McCann,
Yes.
Gaddis,
Yes.
and then player to be named between Stassi or Straw.
Yeah, I've got Tyler White in that DH role in my wannabe manager lineup. So it leaves that one spot like you're talking about on the bench, and I literally wrote it down, Straw or Stassi, and it's up to A.J. Hinch if he wants to use that third catcher.
Evans sends one to the shallow right center. Back goes Wilkerson. On comes Mullins. It is caught by Wilkerson, the second baseman, out of nowhere.
We have your Chevy strobe hole for today. This is Chevy strobe hole 162. This is it. Get on Twitter and vote. Who is your Astros team MVP? Is it Alex Bregman, or would you go with Justin Verlander? Vote. We'll let you know which one of those 2 wins later in the broadcast. TK.
All right, Julia, we go to the bottom half of the second inning. Charlie Morton back out there for Trey Mancini, Tim Beckham, Renato Nunez. Charlie with a 1-2-3 first, sitting on the cusp of 200 strikeouts. He's at 199 right now. Already eclipsing his career high by 36. His previous career high was 163, which he set last year in his first year with the Astros. Now he's at 199 and a 1-1 count to Trey Mancini. Ball put in play on the line into right field. And there is the first hit of the game for either side. Mancini a leadoff hit in the second inning. So Blummer, you mentioned newfound respect for this team. Was there kind of a code in game 162 if neither team was playing for anything, that aggressiveness was appreciated?
Yeah. It's don't miss your flight. Make sure you get those hacks in. I mean, if you were going for some milestones or you wanted to try and put up some numbers, if you were hitting 299 or in my case 239 and you want to get it to 40, I'm just messing. But yeah, I mean, certain guys had a little more leeway, but if you had nothing on the line and you were trying to get out of there, yeah, you better be swinging early and often.
Here's Tim Beckham. He's put together a nice September, batting .295 this month. Well, we'll follow along with some of the games that matter in the National League, and there are 4 of them that are going to have an impact today. Everything currently underway with the start times around major leagues all going at 2 o'clock Central or thereabouts. The Cubs were the last one to start at 20 after the hour, but everybody in their first couple of innings. The Cubs and the Brewers tied for first in the NL Central, and the Rockies and the Dodgers are tied for first in the NL West, and it all comes down to game 162.
It's pretty incredible how that National League is shaking out.
There's even a little bit of an impact on the Braves in terms of home field for the ALDS, depending on how things shake out today. Charlie misses to Beckham. It's 3-0. Single to wild pitch, putting Trey Mancini into scoring position. Astros are 6-0 against the Orioles this year. Trying to close out a season sweep. They did that against the White Sox. Charlie loses Beckham on 4 pitches. And his first and second with nobody out. I'll bring up Renato Nunez. Nunez started the year with the Rangers, now with the Orioles, where he's been most of the season. 36 at bats with Texas, 270 with Baltimore, 254 overall. Around to bunt and takes a breaking ball for ball. Chad Whitson, the home plate umpire for this final game, 162.
I think from even up here, I felt Alex Bregman staring a hole right through Renato Nunez after trying to square around right there.
There's a strike. It's 1-1.
Good breaking ball from Charlie Morton. We'll see it on our MD Anderson strike zone. Didn't get the call on the first one. Stassi sticking that one on the inside corner. Get the call.
Towards Bregman at third. He will back up, step on the bag, throw across in time for the double play. Astros turn 2 with Bregman getting the force out at third and making the strong throw to first.
Nice play by Alex, picking up Charlie Morton. Got so used to the Uncle Charlie curveball from Charlie Morton, we forget that he's ground chucked, but a nice play. Plays it on a good hop, shows the strong arm across to get that double play.
DJ Stewart, the batter, takes a pitch for a ball 1. Stassi with a visit with Charlie Morton here with a 2-0 count. Saw Alex with the shades. A lot of the guys wearing the shades on this sunny afternoon, but it's kind of a personal preference too. Not every single fielder going with the sunglasses. Bregman does, Marwin does, Yuli does. Altuve goes without him for now. The 2-0 pitch is towards Altuve. He waits for it, gobbles it up, and records the out. So Charlie, after a single to walk, ends up getting through the second. Season, the Astros took it to the Indians in the 8th and 9th inning of this game, scoring all 11 runs in the 8th and 9th. And one of the reasons why the Indians have an ERA in their bullpen of over 10 against Houston this year. George Springer helped the Astros pick up that victory coming from behind to win 11-2.
It's actually been a theme the last couple of years, scoring late and scoring a lot. Seen it a couple times this year. It's a lot of fun to watch those guys put it to bullpens.
Cleveland Indians and the Houston Astros will play game 1 of the ALDS at Minute Maid Park on Friday. Josh Reddick leads things off and takes a called strike from Jimmy Yacobonis. Reddick starts the day at 243, hitting 268 his last 15 games. Yacobonis only needed 13 pitches to get through the first 2 innings. The Astros have been very aggressive early in this game. Reddick down on the count 0-2. This is the first game in the major leagues to get to the 3rd inning already.
You get a trophy for finishing first today?
Little looper foul and out of play. The first year that Major League Baseball went to every team starting at the same time, Tampa Bay ended the season with Texas on the road, and they were the last game to finish. And with the Rays winning, they fell 3 spots in the draft. It was one of those.
There's a lot of things to watch on that last day.
Yeah. It was one of those. All right, got a W to talk about, but went from 3rd to 6th or whatever it was. As Reddick takes one in the dirt, it's 1-2. Josh up to 17 home runs. Good one here on Friday night. Just inside is 2-2. Reddick, Max Stassi, Tony Kemp. George Springer not only was anxious to swing at that first pitch of the game, he's anxious to bat again. He's due up 4th in this inning, and he's already standing next to A.J. Hinch with his helmet and his bat. He just wants to have a conversation with the skipper here in game 162.
Looks a little one-sided.
At least he's amusing, A.J. There's ball 4. Reddick draws a walk. He's the first Astros base runner of this game. 2019 season tickets are now on sale, and fans who purchase enjoy benefits like guaranteed 2018 postseason priority access. Visit Astros.com/season tickets or call 1-877-9-ASTROS for more info. Here's Max Stassi, just his 2nd start since late August. See, the at-bats this month just haven't been there since Martin Maldonado and Brian McCann have been getting all the starts, the majority of the starts. A.J. Hinch before the game saying they have essentially told some of the players that they will either not be on the postseason roster or be heading to West Palm Beach in the cases of CNL Perez and Framber Valdez to stay loose in case another lefty is needed at some point in the postseason. Kyle Tucker, Dean Dietz, Raymond Gudwan not going to be a part of the postseason picture, so they will not be with the team. But 31 players still remain on the roster to be pared down to 25 before the first game on Friday. Max Stassi was hit by a pitch. He kind of talked the home plate umpire, Chad Whitson, into that.
Sometimes you wonder if a hitter talks him out of it.
He was standing there and he said, "Hey, Chad, I think that got me on the arm." And Chad's like, "You know what? I haven't mentioned it."
Glancing blow, maybe off the forearm a little bit. We'll see it on our Mattress Firm Supermo. 2-seamer running in. Stassi thinking about committing and takes one for the team.
Is Buck going to get tossed in potentially his last game as the Orioles manager?
That'd be very Earl Weaverish.
Incredibly Earl Weaverish. Buck is saying you didn't call it initially, and then Max Stassi said something, and then you called it. That's got to be his argument, right?
I guess. There's definitely contact.
Well, Buck's had to say, frustrating season to say the least for the Orioles, and Buck Showalter in his 9th year as the skipper of the O's. Only the 3rd time in their franchise history they've lost 100 games. They did it the very first year, their inaugural season, back in 1954. They did it the year they started 0-21.
I was going to say that had to be one of the years.
They started 0-21 in 1988 and lost 107. And this year they have shattered their record for most losses in franchise history. Tony Kemp taking a strike. It's 1-1. The Astros putting a couple of runners on, a walk and a hit batter. Kemp coming in with An on-base percentage of .401 as the number 9 hitter. That's the highest in all of baseball in 18 years. Charles Johnson finished the year .410 in the 9 spot. Comebacker back to Yacobonis. High throw. Nice play by the shortstop BR, who completes the double play.
Just wouldn't be a season finale without it grounded into double play.
156 now as they extend their franchise record.
Good play by Yacobonis. Make the play, but VR showing some quality footwork, keeping that foot on the bag to get that first out.
Former Astro Jonathan VR with a nice play, and now George Springer bats with a runner on third and 2 outs. George was eager to bat this inning, and he is going to get a shot, although that first pitch misses way outside. It's 1-0.
Yeah, good take.
George hitting a home run in game 1 of the doubleheader last night, his 22nd on the year. Into right field, DJ Stewart moves back. Adam Jones moves back to make the play for out number 3. Astros fail in the 3rd.
Astro team pitched great throughout the course of the season, but really came up big in that postseason. These are just Game 7 numbers for Charlie Morton. He collected both wins, went a total of 9 innings, only giving up 1 earned run. Started Game 7 of the ALCS, and we all remember him finishing off Game 7 of the World Series. Good curveball. We saw a changeup in there, but big ground ball to finish this thing off. Altuve securing it, making a good throw, and the party was on. It's also kind of where Charlie developed that middle name.
Charlie out here for inning number 3. Probably his last inning. That was the plan before the game. Steve Wilkerson leads things off against him. Love to see Charlie get 1 strikeout this inning. Sitting at 199. He's got a 1-1 count here on Wilkerson. Justin Verlander ending the season with 290. Garrett Cole ending with 276. Charlie trying to get to 200. Well, he's 1 pitch away ahead of the count here on Wilkerson, 1-2.
Come on, Charlie, throw that power curveball down and in. Want to see him get to 200.
There have been 4 other teams in MLB history to have 3 starters record 200 strikeouts or more, including this year's Indians team. They have 4. Swing and a miss. Number 200 on the season for Charlie Morton. He gets a nice hand from the guys in the dugout, including Dallas Keuchel. Garrett Cole wants that baseball. Morton becomes the 3rd Astro to pick up 200 strikeouts.
Let's go ahead and toss that one in. Put it right in that wheelbarrow.
The 69 Astros, one of those other teams that had 3 starters record 200 or more strikeouts in a season. Also the 1967 Twins and the 2013 Tigers, and this year's Indians with 4. That's a nice accomplishment for Charlie.
Big time.
Because one of the question marks when he was signed by the Astros to a 2-year deal was, what would his stamina level be for a full season? Had been dealing with injuries his entire career and had that shortened season with the Phillies for his 1 season in Philadelphia. But he has come here to Houston and set his career mark in strikeouts with 163 last year, and now up that by 37 this year. 2-1 the count to Caleb Joseph.
Well, it's pretty impressive too to come out here and get that 200th strikeout. What, 166 and a third? Not too bad.
2-2 the count to Joseph. Well, we were hoping Charlie would feel good and have a strong 3 innings, and there's that nasty 2-seamer that could be so devastating for Charlie against lefties or righties. And the curveball. That's what makes him so difficult. 2-seamer going down and into a righty or away from a lefty, and then the curveball away from a righty or down and into a lefty.
Yeah, you got to cover both sides of the plate. That pitch before, down and in. But there's movement, there's velocity, then there's this turbo curveball that he's got. Yeah, he's a very tough matchup. And then you put him in a playoff scenario where the environment is magnified too. Almost gets tougher.
Bunt into third, barehanded by Bregman. Nice play by Alex, making it look easy. Retiring Cedric Mullins for the final out of the inning. Charlie Morton threw 3, only allows 1 hit and a walk.
But Charlie Morton with a good 3 innings today, and that was the goal for him. He also collected his 200th strikeout on the season. Garrett Cole, the first to shake his hand, and was the one to collect the baseball from Charlie to make sure. He was also yelling from the dugout when he got that strikeout, guys. Those two really close friends, and everyone knows just how hard Charlie has worked to stay on the field for this many starts and be able to pitch this many innings, including Charlie. And Charlie said yesterday, looking forward to the start because it was going to be a really big test for him moving forward into the postseason. He wanted to come out, he wanted to get after it. And of course, that's what the Astros wanted to see as well. They wanted to see that velo up, and I think we saw that. Just no holding back with him. It was the goal today, and so I think a good day for Charlie as he hugged pretty much everyone in that dugout really tight before going in. Everybody loves Charlie.
I mean, you can tell, right? I mean, they would have been happy for anybody, but especially Charlie. And this guy is universally loved and respected by every single one of those guys in the clubhouse.
He's like the team dad.
He's unbelievable. Hey, Altuve bidding for a hit, and he has a knock in his final game of the regular season. That's number 168 on the year for Jose Altuve. And he may be done for the day. A.J. Hinch is saying, wait a second, I might want a pinch runner and give Altuve the rest of the day off. Here comes Kyle Tucker, and Jose Altuve's regular season ends with what else? A base hit. It won't be a 200-hit season for Altuve like he had the last 4 years. That injury took those opportunities away, but 168, and Altuve might end up finishing 3rd in the American League in batting. That's where he started, just ahead of Mike Trout.
Great year, Jose. Always a joy to watch, and of course he's going to get the first hit of the afternoon here.
Alex Bregman misses the first pitch. Bregman struck out looking his first time up. Big smile for Jose Altuve. Wraps up 2018 regular season, now getting ready for postseason play. Altuve's final number is .315 on the batting average. Which, depending on Mike Trout, would either be 3rd or 4th in the American League behind Mookie Betts and J.D. Martinez. Early scores in the games in the National League that are going to determine the division titles. Dodgers out early against the Giants 6-0 in San Francisco in the 3rd inning. Colorado winning their game 2-0 over Washington. That's also in the 3rd. So if both of those teams win, they will play tomorrow at Dodger Stadium to determine who wins the division and who will be the wild card team. Milwaukee leading their game 2-0 over Detroit, while the Cubs are losing 2-0 to St. Louis. Brewers and Cubs starting the day tied for first. Called strike on Bregman is 2-2. Brad Peacock will get the ball in the 4th inning for the Astros after Charlie Morton goes a strong 3.
Game 163 could make that wild card that much tougher.
Yeah. Yeah, you lose tomorrow and then you go play the very next day.
Wow. After trying to use some pitching to win that game. Sets up a little bit differently.
Whoever is the wild card out of the Central will host whoever the wild card is out of the West on Tuesday. Bregman with a 3-2 count. Tucker pitch running for Altuve at first. Tucker on the move, and Bregman takes it inside, and there it is. The on-base streak continues. Bregman will end the regular season having reached in 56 consecutive road games, which extends his Astros record.
Watch the Astros your way by downloading the AT&T Sportsnet app from iTunes or Google Play, or visit AT&TSportsnet.com to stream on your computer. Log in with your cable account and you're all set. Available for those with AT&T Sportsnet in their TV subscription. Blackouts and restrictions apply.
Last major leaguer with a streak that long, you have to go back 11 years. Derek Jeter did it. Combined between 2006 and 2007 with the Yankees. So Alex will start 2019 on a 56-game road on base streak, and the Astros are going to start the 2019 season on the road next year in Tampa Bay. It's a nice number.
56. Historic.
Bregman with 96 walks now. Marwin down in the count 0-2. Marwin grounded out to second on a nice play his first time up. Bonus 26-year-old right-hander.
Some great August numbers. Showed you the home runs previously where they were knocking out of the ballpark in San Francisco to put the Astros up. They leaned on them pretty hard. Altuve, Correa on the DL, and those guys stepped up big time.
Well, Marwin was at 228 when that bunt started. Needs a hit here to get that average up to 250, but he's come a long way from that final day of July till the end of the season.
No, he's had a great September too. He's really maintained it. It was tough to stay at that level in August because he was producing so much, but he's still been great these last 2 months. And doing it, playing a lot of shortstop, a lot of infield.
Sends this one in the air to center field. Cedric Mullins is there. Tucker will tag but bluff, and that's out number 1. Yacobonis, Plummer mentioned, making his 7th major league start of his career. First time he's faced the Astros. He's a guy who went to school just right up the road in Philadelphia. Went to St. Joseph's. Not many major leaguers have come from St. Joseph's University. Jamie Moyer won. Yacobonis the most recent. There have only been 3. As Yuli takes a pitch down low for a ball. It's 1-0. Yuli popped up to first his first time up. Astros saw 13 pitches in the first 2 innings, and now they have seen 43 pitches as we play here in the 4th. Breaking ball catches the inside corner. It's 1-1. Yuli down in the count 1-2. Yuli had a 13-game hitting streak earlier this year, July 3rd through the 20th, before and after the All-Star break. Longest by an Astro this year, and it's matched right now, looking for a 14-gamer with a hit today. Staying alive. Tucker on second base, pinch running for Altuve, who singled. Bregman on first. He drew a walk. And the count's 3-2.
Feel like Yacobonis is kind of feeling for that command in this inning. Got ahead of a couple of these hitters, but eventually fell behind, walking Alex Bregman. In danger of doing the same thing here to Yuli.
Runners on the go, and Yuli fouls one back. Yuli has that batting average with runners in scoring position, sitting at .406 to start the day, trailing just Joe Mauer in the American League. Yuli's had that average with runners in scoring position around 400 or better all season. There's a line drive to left field, and that'll be caught. Tucker was on the move, so they can double him up. Ball is dropped momentarily, and now they do double up Tucker for the final out of the inning. So Yuli hits it hard, but hits it to the left fielder, DJ Stewart.
Go in the game. It's time for the Miller Lite Hold True moment. Charlie Morton showed up. We had a couple of question marks about him. The velocity came back, which was quite nice, and he also picked up 4 strikeouts in the game. That puts him at 201. Getting some congratulations in that dugout, and a lot of love for a guy on this team who's worked very hard to stay healthy and contribute big time to this Houston Astros run over the last couple of years.
30 starts for the first time in his career, 201 strikeouts, joining Justin Verlander and Garrett Cole, becoming the 5th trio of teammates to pick up 200 strikeouts or more in a season. It's an MLB history, and there is one of the other guys in that triumvirate. Charlie Morton leaves in this game after 3 innings, and the Astros make some changes here to start the bottom half of the 4th inning. Brad Peacock on the mound. Yuli Gurriel is out of the game. J.D. Davis has taken over at first. Kyle Tucker, who pinch ran for Jose Altuve, is in left, and Tony Kemp has moved from left to second. Jonathan Villar will lead things off against Peacock and takes a pitch for ball 1.
Brad's numbers on the season: he was an opener earlier in Seattle. On total 60 games, 96 strikeouts. He's 4 away from reaching the century mark.
Ball hit hard but foul. Well, of the 3 health storylines we are following on this trip, Lance McCullers Jr. seems perfectly fine. Charlie Morton today was a good sign.
Great sign today. Velocity, location, spin, everything you wanted to see from Charlie, you saw.
Carlos Correa, we were a little uncertain before yesterday, and yesterday had those 2 big hits in that 4-3 win in game 1 of the doubleheader. So really everything kind of in place right now for where A.J. Hinch would want it going forward to get ready for the Cleveland Indians.
Yeah, both physically and mentally for these guys.
Astros already setting the franchise record with 103 wins. So they already have their place in their own franchise history record books. Today they can do something that hasn't been done in 55 years and win 104 games or more after a World Series title. That was last done by the 63 Yankees, but VR hits one to the right field corner. Josh Reddick will play it back in. VR has a double to start the 4th inning. There's the list of the World Series champions and how many wins they have picked up the following year. Currently tied with Oakland, the most in the last 50 years, and trying to get to where the Yankees were in '63 with 104 wins. There was no World Series hangover for this year's group.
No. That was after a quick turnaround this offseason, too. Forget about that, but these guys played right through that.
And every team is judged ultimately by what they do in the postseason. Adam Jones fouls one down the third baseline, so we'll still wait to see what the final story is on 2018, but it is fair to say that this is the best Astros team ever in the regular season, and very well could be better than the 2017 team, but they still have some things to accomplish. The pitching by far has carried the day. I mean, you're talking about a team that's going to set the mark for fewest runs allowed in the designated hitter era, which started in '73, a record that's been around since 1974, set by the A staff. This team's going to set it. Their run differential is going to be top 3 in the last 50 years. They have done things that the 2017 team, as good as they were, they didn't even come close to accomplishing in the regular season. Their run differential way better this year than last year. Adam Jones weighs through the slider. It's 1-2. BR on the move, fly ball into center field. BR will have to retreat as George Springer waits for it and puts it away for out number 1. Our best in Texas power pitcher is brought to you by your local Ford dealers. Justin Verlander in 5 starts this month, doing what he does in September, and that is just dominant.
It has been extremely good to watch him pitch in that Astros uniform, but it's been even better watching him pitch in the month of September. 5 starts, a 3-0 record, 1.09 ERA, 50 strikeouts. Pretty incredible stuff for a guy who goes out there every 5th day and gives you high-quality innings and high-quality work.
Justin saying after the game, I stand by my resume, I stand by my numbers of what I put up this year, and he put up quite a season, 34 starts worth and 13 scoreless innings to end the year. A career high 290 strikeouts, a career best whip. In many ways, this was as good as he's ever been in his career at age 35, including that Cy Young year of 2011. BR steals third base here on the swing and the miss by Trey Mancini, and now the infield has to come in. BR now with 21 steals with the Orioles, 35 on the season overall between the Brewers and the O's.
Some more numbers on Justin Verlander in that Astros uniform. September and October combined 12-1 record, a 1.48 ERA. And again, that strikeout to walk ratio pretty incredible with 131 to 18 walks.
Those were numbers that included postseason last year as Mancini sends one to left for a base hit. That will score VR. And the Orioles take a 1-0 lead in this game on the RBI by Trey Mancini.
Mancini's had a pretty good series.
He's had a much better second half, been much better since the All-Star break than prior to. Here's Tim Beckham. Beckham walked his first time up. Down the line, fair ball. Headed towards the corner and left. Mancini on the move. He'll be waved around, and Mancini will score. Beckham with an RBI double. And the Orioles now lead 2-0.
Chopped down that third base line. Got kind of an in-between hop on Alex Bregman. He's unable to take a stab at it and try and knock it down. As soon as it gets in that corner, you see Dickerson waving Mancini. Scores standing up.
Bring up Renato Nunez. One and one the count. That's a foul ball. Last year's Astros team that led all of baseball in offense. Ended up with a run differential of plus 196. And this year's team coming into today, by far the best run differential in baseball and setting standards for the last 50-60 years, where they would currently be third overall in the last 50 years. They came in at plus 267. Last year they scored 896 and allowed 700. This year they have scored 797, almost 100 runs less, but they've allowed 530 coming into today. 170 runs less than last year's staff. So more than 1 run per game fewer allowed this year than last year. Down the line and left, and that's a fair ball. Beckham will score. 7th straight game he scored a run. Into second base goes Nunez. It's 3-0. Peacock having a tough time here in the 4th.
Yeah, there's too many pitches over the big part of the plate getting hit. Seeing a couple sliders on the outside corner, but a couple of them backing up in the middle part of the plate, getting raked down that third base line. Stassi's going to try and mix up the signs a little bit. Hopefully that's not the issue where they're picking up and relaying, but with 2 strikes, pretty good pitches to hit.
Devo Kristovenski starting to loosen up.
Go behind the scenes at Minute Maid Park with an Astros ballpark tour. Fans can check out areas such as the Todd Callis broadcast booth, press box, dugout, scoreboard, and more. Visit astros.com/tours to book your tour today.
On the ground in between infielders, Tony Kemp can't make the play. E.J. Stewart has himself a base hit, or we'll see how that's ruled, but that was kind of in between Kemp and Gonzalez in the shift.
No errors in game 162, especially if you're the home team.
A.J. Hinch is going to take Brad Peacock out of this game, as he has allowed 5 hits in this inning. So Peacock will leave with runners on first and third. It is 3-0 Orioles. Chris Davinsky will be on for the Astros.
A remarkable day in Astros history. Kale Nakela on the mound. Quick pitches with runners on base, and not one umpire makes the call until A.J. Hinch comes out and explains the situation. And for the first time in, I believe, Major League history, gets a balk called after the play.
Kale kind of understood what he did, but the fact that it wasn't called initially.
Yeah, well, it's usually called in the moment. That might have been the one time you wish balking Bob Davidson was on the field. He would have been all over it. But it led to an Astros win, and you've got to win games like that if you're going to get over 100 wins in a season.
That was quite a win against the Rangers in Arlington, as Chris Davinsky will pitch here with 1 out and runners on the corners in the 4th inning.
This will be his 50th appearance for Chris Davinsky. Pitched here, game 2. Picked up his 18th hole, going a clean inning, throwing 9 pitches. We saw some good changeups out of that right arm of Chris Davinsky.
Devo will face Steve Wilkerson here. Brad Peacock allowing 5 hits in a third of an inning. So far 3 runs, responsible for the 2 runners aboard. And Wilkerson swings and misses. It's 0-1. Texas, by the way, is wrapping up their season in Seattle today. Nothing is official, but many people close to the Rangers organization feel that this will be Adrian Beltre's final game of his career.
Hall of Fame career.
Yep. Runner on the move, and the throw goes down and into center field. Stewart picks up the stolen base. The Orioles will get a run out of it as the throw scooted on past into center field. Nunez scores. It's now 4-0, and Stewart advances to third.
Stassi trying to get that runner at second. Short hops Marwin, gets right past him.
Now the infield will come in with 1 out and a runner on third. One and 2 the count. Tried to hold up, but he goes around. That'll be a strikeout for Devo, and out number 2 in the inning.
It's time to play Name That Astro, brought to you by Nissan. Final one of the year. Thirst Quencher, 100 Club. Who is it? If you know who that Astro is, make sure you tweet your answer to @ATT_SportsNet_SW. Stay with us, because later in the game, we will reveal who that Astro is.
Here's Caleb Joseph. He struck out his first time up. Charlie Morton started and went 3 innings of 1-hit shutout baseball. Orioles scoring 4 in this inning off of Brad Peacock. Now Chris Davinsky trying to keep a runner on third base in this 4-0 game. 1-2.
Looks like Devo's getting some good movement back on that changeup.
Good to see.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's his bread and butter.
And an up and down year for Devo after 2 really outstanding seasons out of the Astros bullpen. Popped high in the air, foul, drifting towards the Orioles dugout and on top of the Orioles dugout. And Joseph, who was responsible for Justin Verlander not pitching the 7th inning yesterday because of a 15-pitch at bat. Verlander ended up with 6 shutout innings, battling here with 2 strikes.
He's got a career in cricket if he ever wants it.
That one's in play, and George Springer will drift back on this one. And he puts it away for the final out. But the Orioles score 4 and lead this game 4-0 after 4.
In Colorado, Tony Kemp. This is a great series for Astro fans that showed up in Denver because it got extremely loud with that swing of Tony Kemp. And then Kyle Tucker getting a chance back in the show, came up with a big pinch hit triple to drive in a couple, getting the Astros back in it. And then icing on that cake was George Springer, one-handed one out of here, getting his hug for homers. And the Astros came up big late again. Scored 6 in that 10th inning, beating up on another opposing team's bullpen. July 24th in Colorado. That was also marked the date that we saw Kyle Tucker's first smile.
Springer and Tucker helping the Astros out to that victory as the Orioles go to a new pitcher here in the 5th inning. Kind of an advantageous situation for a pitcher to come in because the starter, Jimmy Yacabonis, doesn't qualify for a win. So a win's out there for one of the bullpen arms. In this case, it's going to be Paul Fry who gets the ball here in the 5th inning. Fry, fastball, slider. Every once in a while, he'll throw a changeup to a righty. Fastball coming in around 91, 92 as he delivers to Evan Gattis, a called strike. So 4 innings for Yacabonis. Allowed just 1 hit to the Astros. That was a Jose Altuve single. Altuve now out of the game. Gattis, Reddick, and Stassi in the 5th. And Evan breaks his bat and pops one up. The second baseman Wilkerson makes the play. And there's 1 away. There is what remains of Gattis and Lumber.
Wow. Evan Gattis gets blown up and it turns into a medieval fighting instrument.
The club hits him in the back.
Took it out on himself.
Here's Josh Reddick, who walked his first time up. Two and one. towards the middle. Wilkerson has been busy today. Makes the play for out number 2. The Astros are hosting auditions to be a member of the 2019 Coca-Cola Shooting Stars team. Shooting Stars are ambassadors of the Astros, and they are throughout Houston all year long supporting and part of the Astros brand. For more information about the auditions, visit astros.com/shooting stars. 2 outs, base is empty, and Max Stassi will be the batter. Stassi hit by a pitch his first time up, and a called strike. Fry originally in the Mariners organization. He was acquired last April from the Mariners in exchange for international signing bonus slot money. Two and one the pitch, or 2-1 the count. Only 1 hit so far for the Astros. They have been on base 3 other times, a couple of walks and a hit batter. Dodgers absolutely taking it to the Giants today. Out in San Francisco, it's 12-0 Dodgers in the 4th inning. As Stassi goes down looking, 1-2-3 inning for Fry out of the bullpen. And we are halfway home with the Orioles leading 4-0. AT&T Sportsnet is brought to you by Rooms to Go. Choose from 100 beautiful rooms, all under $1,000. By Arctic, overbuilt, not overpriced. And by Nissan, innovation that excites. Game 162, Astros and the Orioles from Camden Yards in Baltimore, Maryland. New pitcher for the Astros as we head to the bottom half of the 5th inning is the right-hander Josh James.
James doing a little bit of work out of the bullpen and in that starting role for the Houston Astros, putting up great numbers. That strong right arm blasting onto the scene and really making a strong impression on Brent Strom, A.J. Hinch. And what they like about him is that high octane right arm and the secondary pitches. He does have a slider, but for me it's the changeup that has been really good as a secondary pitch for Josh James to back up the 100-mile-an-hour arm.
Yeah, he definitely is on the radar for the postseason. It's going to make for some tough decisions, as we mentioned yesterday. Mullins swings at the first pitch fastball and sends it high in the air to right field. Playable, and new right fielder Miles Straw puts it away for out number 1. Josh Reddick out of the game, and Straw makes that play. So 1 by 1, Astros finishing off their regular season. Jose Altuve out of the game. He was the first one done. Oriole then left after a base hit, or after, Yuli lined into a double play to end the inning, and then he was out of the game. And then Josh Reddick had a couple of plate appearances, a walk and a ground out, and he was done. So Miles Straw in right field now. Here's Jonathan Villar swinging through a 99-mile-an-hour fastball.
You see the look on his face. He's like, okay, not too bad. And again, it's a velocity that, for me, Josh James, it's one thing to run up there and just start firing 100 miles an hour, but he doesn't necessarily put it in the middle part of the zone too often. He has done a very good job for me of having 97+ miles an hour on the inside and outside edges of both hitters.
As we mentioned yesterday, there's about 6 names in the mix for 2 spots in that bullpen. Josh James being kind of the late wild card entry in that mix. Stassi kept that held there for a beat to see if he would get the call. Instead, it's 1-2. Good for Chris Davinsky to finish off with a couple of good outings in this final series in Baltimore. It's been a tough year at that point for Devo, dealing with some injuries and some inconsistencies, but he'll be happy to finish strong. There is that changeup you were talking about. It's 2-2. Mentioned that Dodgers score before we were headed to break, 12-0 over the Giants, which means the Rockies look like they're going to have to win to force a tie for the top in the NL West, and the Rockies are up 4-0 on the Nationals in the bottom half of the 5th inning. The Nationals ended up not starting Max Scherzer in this final game. Explanation was if it meant the Rockies were going to be in or out of the postseason, Scherzer would have started. But since they were already in and just trying to win the division, they were not going to start Scherzer today. Here's Adam Jones, who'll get a bigger hand each and every time he comes to the plate. I imagine Buck will keep him in there at least for one more bat, or if he doesn't, I would imagine he might take him out kind of in between so he can get a final ovation out of the outfield possibly.
Yeah, I think that would be a good call.
Fourth all-time in Orioles history in hits. Cal Ripken Jr. first, Brooks Robinson second, Eddie Murray third, and Adam Jones fourth. 1,613 games as an Oriole. He was probably like, all right, I'm trying to get my swan song here. I'm facing this guy who throws 100 with that slider.
Another version of the old and the new. Yeah, Josh James bringing absolute noise.
He goes around. Josh James picks up a strikeout. 1-2-3 inning for the hard-throwing right-hander. We are through 5 in a 4-0 game.
Road at the ALDS postseason watch party at Minute Maid Park, presented by Chevrolet. Each away game will be shown on the video board in the stadium and out on the plaza on Crawford Street. Fans must claim a free admissions voucher in order to attend the event at astros.com/watchparty. TK?
All right, Julia, those will be Monday and Tuesday, if necessary Tuesday, games 3 and 4 in Cleveland. The Astros will be home Friday and Saturday to kick off that series. Game 1 and 2 of the ALDS coming up next weekend at Minute Maid Park. As Tony Kemp bats here, lead off the 6th inning, facing the left-hander for the Baltimore Orioles, Paul Fry, in his 2nd inning of work. Kemp bounced into a double play his first time up. On the ground right side, gobbled up by Wilkerson, and there's one away.
The Power Players presented by TXU Energy. And how about some just malevolent swings by George Springer? That home run, a bomb in Oakland Coliseum, this one in Seattle. But that number in the lower left is a 410-foot average distance on the home runs hit by George Springer. That is getting some and going yard for George Springer. Big numbers.
Springer's buddy Jake Marisnick gets the pinch hit for him here. So George's day is done. His regular season is over, along with Altuve, so they can share a laugh. George ended the day 0 for 2, lined out to right his last time up. Jake hit a rocket out to left field last night for his 10th home run of the year.
It was his 10th home run on the season.
One to two the count. Astros had 2 runners on in the 3rd, 2 runners on in the 4th. Failed to score in those 2 innings against the starter Jimmy Yacobonis, and now it's been 2 innings for Paul Fry out of the bullpen. All the damage done by the Orioles against Brad Peacock today. Jake reaches out. Wilkerson, another play. He's got 4 assists, 3 putouts. It's been the Steve Wilkerson day defensively. Hey, there's Lance. Lance pitched out of a bases loaded situation last night. Might get in there again today.
And it kind of gives you the idea that AJ is thinking about him in that bullpen, having him try and pitch back-to-back days.
Kyle Tucker checks swing, foul ball. Tucker's first at bat. Mentioned earlier that Tucker, Ramin Goudouin, Dean Dietz know they're not going to be part of the postseason plans, and AJ said he wanted to tell Kyle, hey, look, I know it wasn't what you wanted here at the big league level, but congratulations on a great season. Nice backhanded play there. Who else? Steve Wilkerson. He is a one-man gang defensively. This week on Astros Bases Loaded, the team enjoys a moment together after punching their postseason ticket. Joe Smith will reflect on his first year with the Astros, and we'll head to Round Rock as the Astros hop aboard the Express. All that and more on Astros Bases Loaded tonight after the postgame show, exclusively on AT&T Sportsnet. Bottom of the 6th inning, Josh James in his 2nd inning of work picked up a 1-2-3 fifth, facing Trey Mancini, who was 2 for 2, including the first run batted into the game for the Orioles. He also came around to score. Mancini hitting right around 300 since the All-Star break at home. Overall, Mancini batting .240 with 24 home runs and 58 runs batted in. Popped high in the air in the center field. Jake Marisnick, who's in the game now for Springer, puts it away for out number 1.
Houston Methodist League leaders. Give you an idea of what Martin Maldonado's done. 48.6% in the caught stealing department. It's a major league leader. Salvador Perez very close behind him. Minimum of 25 starts for those catchers, but the Machete coming over from the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim has been a nice addition, being able to cut down runners. One less thing for those pitchers to worry about, knowing that they've got a high quality cannon behind home plate.
Yeah, important in the postseason when you face a team like the Cleveland Indians and then potentially the Red Sox beyond that. These 2 teams like to run. Tim Beckham bats with the bases empty and 1 out. Takes one inside. It's 1-1. Josh James has been outstanding since coming up from AAA Fresno. Continues to impress with each outing for A.J. Hinch. That's the slider there. Beckham misses. It's 1-2.
It's good tilt.
Whether he is or is not on the postseason roster, he's making it a tough decision. And we didn't necessarily anticipate that when he was called up, that he would even be considered for the postseason. But what a September it's been for him. Broken bat. Bat goes flying into the stands, and the ball is caught in the air by Marwin Gonzalez.
Wow.
There's some lumber flying today.
Well, just sheer destruction from a fastball out of the arm of Josh James. Big flames burning through some wood. Wow. 97 off the knuckles. Gonna need a bigger net.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that one got through there. I guess it went up and over. Although it doesn't really extend beyond too high beyond the beginning of the dugout there. Renato Nunez picks up his second consecutive hit. First hit allowed by Josh James. We'll bring up DJ Stewart. Stewart has a 3-run home run in this series. Hit 12 home runs at the AAA level, 3 home runs since making his major league debut on September the 12th. Strike called. That hits him in the foot. Stewart in a little pain on that pitch that catches him. That'll be a hit batter and put runners on first and second.
It'll be a nice memento for DJ Stewart to carry around from 2018. There you can see on our Matches from Supermo, Josh James really getting on the side of that slider, breaking it off that front leg of DJ. In the ensuing collapse.
It's now 2 on with 2 outs, and Steve Wilkerson will bat. He struck out a couple of times.
James having a tough time throwing that changeup for a strike early in these counts.
One and one the count. Seen that fastball anywhere from 95 to 99 today. First outing of his career, we saw it at 101.1. Very first inning he pitched in the major leagues. Mention what's happening in the NL West with both teams well in front. Dodgers up 14-0. Colorado up 7-0. They're on a collision course for a game 163 tomorrow at Dodger Stadium. The NL Central battle, the Cubs have taken the lead back on the Cardinals. It's now 4-2 Cubs, while the Brewers are winning their game 3-0 over the Tigers. If that holds, then there'll be 2 game 163s tomorrow, as 2 of the 3 divisions in the National League could go into overtime. Three and 1 the count to Wilkerson. There's a strike at the knees at 97.
On the season, Josh James is averaging 98.2 miles an hour on his fastball. That's an impressive number. And the major league average fastball velo, this is great to see. How about 2018? Getting almost to 94 miles an hour. Wow.
Ahead of that 96-mile-an-hour fastball and drove it foul.
Nice play by Straw.
Caught on the fly.
Yeah, on the carom.
Straw hit his first big league home run last night. Showing a little pop to go along with that great speed.
Matt Stassi trying to figure out what the signal is for a hundo. 3-2 count, bring it.
There's the Dodgers score. They are just rolling the Giants today. Rockies lead by a single touchdown, but still well in front.
Yeah, some Sunday scores in those games, huh?
All the teams that needed to win to stay in first place are winning today. The West teams out comfortably. The Central teams up by 3 and 2 respectively. Wilkerson at the plate has made all the plays defensively at second. He made his big league debut on June 20th. One of 15 Orioles this year who made their big league debuts. That is a team record. 56 players used by Baltimore this season is also a team record. Swing and a miss. James able to get Steve Wilkerson for the final out of the inning, picking up strikeout number 2. Still 4-0 Baltimore.
Results for you from today's Chevy Stroh poll. Thank you so much for voting all season long in the Stroh poll at ATT Sportsnet SW. We asked who your Astros team MVP was. Look at Alex Bregman with 83% of the vote. What a season he's had, guys. Not a lot of days off either, as he was out there grinding through this year and putting up some pretty fantastic numbers. And if you ask him, he will give credit right back to the guys who are in the dugout and the guys in the lineup around him, who he says, you know, are obviously getting on base for him to drive in runners, but wherever he was, he found a way to hit and help this team out all season long.
They certainly did. What a year it was for Alex. As he digs in there in a 4-0 game in the 7th inning. Alex playing 157 of the 162 games for the Astros this year. Grounds this one slowly towards short. BR is there. Makes the play for out number 1.
No Player Does More is presented by HEB. It is Alex Bregman. What a year, just compiling some massive numbers. And he was letting us know that he was going to achieve it early on in the season. Swung himself into history, becoming the 19th player to have that 30-plus home run, 50-plus double, 100-plus RBI season. But he also tacked on a 105-run score, coming into his own and adding to a list of superstars here in Houston.
Marwin grounds one to the left side. Nunez makes the play. Paul Fry has retired all 8 he has faced since coming on to the 5th inning. Most of those outs on the ground. Bregman also right up there in terms of guys that have done this: 30 home runs, 50 doubles, 100 RBIs, 100 runs, age 24 or younger. That is quite a group.
Pujols doing it twice, but yeah, that is a strong list of baseball royalty.
Bregman was leading the majors in extra base hits up until about the last week or so, leading the American League. Mookie Betts just passed him in the past few days. He was second coming into today. He will lead in doubles all of baseball. JD Davis gets his first at bat of the day. Took over in the 5th inning for Yuli Gurriel. Congratulations are in order for the Houston Texans, who have just won their first game of the year in overtime. A field goal at the end of the overtime, winning it for the Texans in Indianapolis. So congrats. 37-34 the final. Woo. 2-2 the count to JD.
They've got themselves a happy flight.
Yeah, they were down 3 in overtime. A new rule where if you score a field goal in the first possession, you still give the other team a chance. Came down and tied it to the Texans and then won it. Called third strike. JD goes down looking. 7th inning stretch time here at Oriole Park in Camden Yards. Fry's done a nice job retiring 9 in a row. It's a 4-0 game. We're going to send it to Kevin Eschenfelder and Mike Stanton in our rooms to go lounge. September 22nd against the Angels. It was Justin Verlander against Jaime Barria. It was an ugly top half of the 8th inning, with the Angels taking a 5-1 lead over the Astros. But the Astros would storm back with a 7-run 8th and 3 more in the 9th and win that game 10-5. Excuse me, they scored all those runs in the 8th. 9 runs in the 8th inning.
No, I remember that ball game. After the Angels took that lead, there was some serious trepidation in how the rest of the season was even going to unfold. But the Houston Astros refuse to lose mentality late in ball games is what allowed them to jump back into it. A.J. Hinch talks about this team is a strong chain of events, and when they're going positively and they can get 3, 4, 5 guys in there line up during one inning, it usually leads to big things. But that was a massive night against another opponent's bullpen that led to an Astros win. That's what makes them so interesting. Starting pitching keeps them in games. Their bullpen does a very good job and allows them plenty of time to get back into ball games with their power and ability to take walks and move that merry-go-round.
A couple walks early in that inning started things off for the Astros, and they would score those 8 runs in that inning, 9 runs in that inning, and send 13 men to the plate in that inning. Capped off by Jose Altuve's home run to make it 10-5. On we go to the bottom half of the 7th inning. Colin McHugh will get an inning of work here.
Colin pitched on the 28th right here in Baltimore. Won an inning. Struck out 2 Orioles and did so with 16 pitches. This will be his 58th appearance on the season.
Colin will face Caleb Joseph to start the bottom half of the 7th inning. Joseph grounds one towards the left side. J.D. Davis dives for it and sends it to shortstop Alex Bregman. Wherever you put him, he makes plays. Bregman just moving over to short makes a fine defensive play in the hole.
He doesn't take a pitch off, does he?
Tyler White into the game at first, moving J.D. to third, and Bregman over to short, and Alex gets tested right away.
Not even J.D. Davis laying down in front of him can distract him, but Alex Bregman has done such a good job moving to his right and throwing back across his body for the outs.
Cedric Mullins the batter. Mullins with a 1-1 count. Astros down 4-0. They have just 1 hit on the day. It was Jose Altuve. Altuve with a single back in the 4th. Two and 1 the count to Mullins. Collin gets Mullins swinging on the breaking ball for a strikeout. Out number 2 in the 7th.
It is time now to name that Astro, brought to you by Nissan. Thirst Quencher, 100 Club. Who is that Astro? A.J. Hinch, 1992 Gatorade High School National Player of the Year, and has managed the Astros to 2 straight 100+ win seasons.
Quite an accomplishment for AJ. Has this team rolling along back-to-back seasons. Managed through some injuries this year. 101 wins last year, a franchise best 103 wins this season. And one of the best managers you can possibly deal with for us. He's been amazing in terms of his accessibility with us, and we truly appreciate everything that he does for us, both on the record and off the record at times.
Yeah. No, he has been very kind to us and all of our requests, but also a lot of the stuff that a lot of the information that we try and get throughout the course of the season. He is very welcoming. Office doors always open. And those of you who don't believe it, he actually does like me. He just won't confess to it on camera.
He and Julia went to some pretty cool spots this year for their Astros Bases Loaded chats.
Got to keep it interesting.
Whole different demeanor here today. Smiling, joking around. Yep. He's down 4-0. There's no grind today. BR goes the other way, and that's going to be a base hit towards the left field corner. Jonathan BR with his second double of the game. Opposite field hit with 2 outs in the 7th.
MLB At Bat is your #1 Astros app. Customize your experience with home screen icons and features such as the MLB.TV Game of the Day, pitch tracking, in-game highlights, live radio broadcasts, and more. Download MLB At Bat today.
Final at bat is an Oriole, very possibly here. Very classy, stepping off the mound to let Adam Jones let it sink in. Gonna be an emotional moment for Jones. Fifth all-time in Orioles history in home runs, 5th in runs scored, 4th in hits. Amongst active players, 4th most games played with their current club. Many people forget Adam Jones started his career with the Seattle Mariners. Rookie season in 06 and then played with the Mariners in 07 and then acquired by the Orioles. He has been here in Baltimore since 2008. On the ground towards short, played by Bregman, and Jones is retired for the final out. We head to the 8th, 4-0 Baltimore.
Palm Beaches spring training season tickets are now on sale for the 2019 season. For tickets and info, visit astros.com/springtraining. TK.
Julia, on we go to the 8th inning of game number 162. Astros have been held to just 1 hit so far. Through 7 innings, we head to the 8th. It'll be Evan Gattis, Josh Reddick, and Max Stassi facing the new Orioles pitcher, who's been very good lately, Michael Givens.
It's been a good month of September for Michael Givens. His 69th appearance on the season, 77 strikeouts and 74 2/3. Very good fastball velocity and slider.
Gaddis sends one into left field. DJ Stewart comes on and makes the play for out number 1. Get Out and Play is presented by Toyota. We have had some great celebrations this year, whether it was the Fortnite Jubilation or the Alex Bregman stare that caught on not only for the team but throughout the Houston area. These guys know how to have some fun.
I just like that it catches on and it becomes a team effort. Can be comical at times, but these guys know how to celebrate and have a good time playing winning baseball.
Miles Straw gets his first at bat of the night. Straw hit his first big league home run in last night's game. And fouls this one back. It's 0-2. Straw went 1 for 4 in that game last night and is 3 for 9 as a big leaguer. Excuse me, 3 for 8 as a big leaguer as he bats here. Of the guys who started the game for the Astros, Alex Bregman remains in the game. Evan Gaddis DHing, still in the game, and Max Stassi and Tony Kemp. Everybody else has been lifted at this point. Counts 3-2. Astros don't have a base runner since Alex Bregman walked in the 4th inning. Into center field. Mullins puts it away. Pretty well hit by Straw again. Straightaway center. That's 2 away. Say one thing about Straw, he puts the ball in play, or at least he has so far. It's limited sample size, but he's not struck out in his big league career.
Yeah, some quality ABs. Some sneaky pop too.
Here's Max Stassi. Chops one to short. 2 hopper. Jonathan Villar makes the play. The Orioles' one hitter stays intact. We head to the bottom of the 8th in a 4-0 game.
This is game 162. It has been a really fun season, especially with you guys in the booth. TK and Blummer, let's have a little fun here. I've got some questions prepared. I would like to hear your answers on a few of these. I don't think you know what's coming either, so hopefully I'm surprising you. Okay. Who had the better season? Jose Altuve in 2017 that earned him the AL MVP honors, or Alex Bregman here in 2018?
Altuve. Altuve wins MVP. Breggs is going to get votes, but I don't think he's going to win MVP.
I'm going to take homers and RBIs. I'll go with the third baseman, Alex
Yeah,
Bregman.
so will Altuve. Yeah? Altuve said Bregman's season. He would take that in a heartbeat. All right, who had the better pitching performance? A complete game. We had Garrett Cole against Arizona.
Where'd you go?
And then, Justin
go?
Verlander against the Angels, which is pretty dominant.
Garrett Cole, hands down for me.
Yeah, it's hard to argue with a 100 game score. 16 punches, 1 hit allowed. Dominant. Even at the plate, he batted 5 times in that game.
Oh, he accounted for 21 strikeouts in that game. Don't forget about that.
Bring this up to Garrett. He tried to forget those. Definitely one of my favorite memories of the year. All right, these are more fun, but Blummer was in the home run derby for the Astros Legends weekend. So I'm asking who had the better swing. Was it Jake Marisnick from last night who crushed one, or was it Jeff Blum in the home run derby?
Oh, it's Jake.
Oh, wait, what was up on the thing? We had a lot of swings to choose from this year. Okay,
yeah, Jake,
good. It was
Jake had a pretty good swing.
Did you just vote for yourself?
No, I voted for Jake.
Okay.
I'm a Jake fan like every other Astro fan out there.
But did you have any fun?
I had a blast. Are you kidding me? I got to go out there and pretend I was a ball player again. It was awesome.
We had a lot of fun watching you. That was definitely one of the highlights of 2018 for sure. Are you still sore from that? Have you recovered from that?
Yes, there are moments I wake up and I'm wondering why my obliques are still sore, and it could be because of that.
You had discomfort.
I did. I've been dealing with discomfort all year long. But Jake put a good swing on that one last night.
Oh, that's good stuff. Okay, I have one more for you. I can't believe y'all allow me to do things like this, but
I know, this is gutsy.
No, things like this. I raced the Freeze in 2017 in Atlanta.
Yep.
Kind of. We made a virtual race out of it, and then I put on the Dennis Eckersley mascot uni costume and raced the other legends. Which one did you guys?
So serious.
Which one did you guys enjoy
All right.
most here?
Better race was this one in Atlanta. You stepped it up in the second half of that race.
I was racing against myself. You know how tough that is?
It was impressive. I thought your second half was even stronger than your first half, but most impressive was carrying 50 pounds of Dennis Eckersley head material.
I mean,
and staying upright.
Right, that was the key. Were you guys proud of me though?
Yes. Oh my gosh, that was one. I was worried you were going to go down. I was not going to be good.
Thanks a lot.
No, I was worried, but I didn't. I was thoroughly impressed that you were able to stay upright and make it through that race, because it's one thing to carry around the 50 pounds, 3 feet above your head, but you went from foul pole to foul pole doing that too.
And I got the crowd into it.
Yes, you did.
I pumped up the crowd. All right, that's all I have for you.
Some of those noises that emanated from the Dennis Eckersley costume were priceless.
The squeals.
And we love that you are willing to do whatever is necessary for the best of the broadcast.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much.
No, we are very lucky to have Julia Morales.
We're all here to have a really good time. It's a great game that we get to cover. All right.
All right, Julia, thank you so much.
Stuff.
Lance McCullers Jr. struck out both guys he faced while he was in there, and Ramin Goudoin will be in there after this. Ramin Goudoin, the new pitcher for the Astros in the 8th with 2 outs and nobody on. Another impressive outing by Lance McCullers.
Yeah, it was good to see him, and I know AJ wanted to see him pitch in back-to-back games, or on back-to-back days. Coming out of that bullpen, did a very good job, couple of strikeouts, and that goes well for what AJ hopefully has in plan for Lance McCullers. But right now it's Ramin Goudoin trying to get out of this inning.
Lance, in his 3 outings since coming back from the DL, goes 2 1/3 innings of perfect baseball. Struck out 4. He's going to be a weapon in that bullpen.
Yes. Again.
High pop up. Shallow left center field. Who wants it? Kyle Tucker makes the call and puts it away. We'll head to the 9th with the Astros down 4-0. Ball on AT&T Sportsnet is brought to you by Toyota. Let's go places. By Arctic, overbuilt, not overpriced. And by Jack in the Box. Try something different like Jack's Teriyaki Bowls for a limited time. We go to the 9th inning of game 162, and as the inning is beginning, Adam Jones is going to come out of this game. Joey Rickard's going to head to right field. Jones is going to leave the outfield as an Oriole for the final time.
This day and age, you really appreciate a guy sticking with a team as long as Adam Jones has.
Future uncertain for Jones, but most people anticipate he will not be in Baltimore as they are in the middle of a rebuild. Adam Jones, over 1,600 games with Baltimore. A huge part of this community. So many philanthropic endeavors around his time here in Baltimore. Not the season he wanted to go out with for his team, but some great moments as an Oriole. So we begin the ninth with Tony Kemp facing Michael Gibbons in this 4-0 game, and Kemp grounds one toward short. And VR makes the play for out number one. One guy who is finishing the season stronger than anybody is on the mound right now, Michael Gibbons. Gibbons has allowed in his last 11 games 1 hit. Hitters are now 1 for their last 42 against him. Doubt there's a pitcher in baseball who's had a better finish to the season than Michael Gibbons.
Justin Verlander. Sorry. It's been real good for Michael Gibbons, but Justin Verlander having himself a fine finish, just like the Astros too this September. Best month record-wise for the Houston Astros has been this month of September, getting to that plateau of being the best team in Astros history.
Astros 21-5, looking like they'll be 21-6 in the month of September. Franchise best 103 wins. They're going to set the record for the fewest runs allowed in the designated hitter era. They're going to smash that record set by the 74 A's staff. End up with the 3rd best run differential in the last 50 years. This has been an incredible regular season for the 2018 Houston Astros. Chase goes down swinging, 2 outs. The look ahead is presented by Wells Fargo. Here's how the playoffs shake out. Wednesday will be the wild card game. Oakland taking on New York from Yankee Stadium. And then the division series will begin with the Indians taking on the Astros and the winner of the wild card taking on Boston. Game time still to be determined based on what happens with the National League games, but we'll have a game Friday either way at Minute Maid Park. Friday and Saturday, you and I will get to be part of the crowd.
Yes, we will. And I hope everybody at home understands how grateful I am to be sitting alongside TK and working with Julia. They are absolutely remarkable. But the reason we have so much fun on air is because there's so many people behind the scenes doing a great job throughout the course of the season. Our fearless leader, CP Bearcat, doing a heck of a job putting up with us, but putting us in a good position to have a lot of fun on these broadcasts and bring a lot of knowledge. Paul, Jerry, Gooch, Thomas, Perry, Adam, stage managers back home, MC, Kim, Katie, but they make it all worthwhile. We get to have the most fun being on camera and talking about this great team that's on the field, but it's been an absolute blast again this season. And probably the biggest thing for me, thank you to the fans. Fans have been incredible. The interaction on Twitter and all the fun that we have with you guys listening at home. Thank you for bringing us into your home and watching some great baseball.
Yeah, I echo everything you said. We sit here and do the easy part. CP Bearcat is Carl Patterson. He is as tireless a worker as I've ever met as a producer. Paulie Bykowski, Paulie Hustle, directing these games. Michael Guccione always providing us with the greatest statistical support possible in our graphics. Jerry Blankus creating all the video images you see night in and night out. And you mentioned the Cruiser and Perry and Adam. As Kyle Tucker goes down swinging. Michael Gibbons finishes out the season with an incredible run. Gets another 1-2-3 inning to end this game. A 1-hit combined shutout.